Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Swati, your educator. I'm welcoming you in the global online platform. So today we are continuing our target of 1000 MCQs. Hope you are enjoying this video of the MCQs and something new you are getting. And here we are taking the super fast revision of the entire syllabus of the commerce subject. And here we are discussing the most expected of MCQs and with the help of PYQs. Okay, and here we are discussing from the basic to advanced level MCQs. Okay, so let's start. Before we start our lecture, I will quickly tell you about the global online. So global online announced the new batches in every Monday. Okay, and here you will get complete course of the commerce and management and daily live lectures. If you miss any daily live lecture, so your recorded lectures is also available in the app, and the complete syllabus note in the PDF format. Okay, and the full MCQs, full mock test, and more than 4000 MCQ series. With a detailed explanation is on app. Okay, and the PYQs with detailed explanation will be provided in the app. So here you will get paper 1 is completely free if you register yourself for the paper 2, and for that your registration global online provide you the heavy discount on the fees. Okay, so here in this amount, the 8000 rupees, if you register yourself for the paper 2, paper 1 is free of cost for you. And the day, for the more detail you can get in touch with this contact number. So how to download the global online? Go to it is simple. That is, go to Google Play Store, just search the global online, then install it and open it and register. Fill the details and register with your number. Okay, and after that, go to my course and select the whatever the course you want. Once you are registered, then all you can see all the materials will be provided in a very systematic unit wise folder. Okay, so here a video, recorded video is available, the materials is available, so you can study very well for and prepare very well for your examination. So let's start without delaying. Let's start our new our question. Now the next one, that is the balance. Again the balance sheet is given. So in this balance sheet you can see what is the quick ratio. So quick, for calculating the quick ratio, the liquid asset divided by current liability is the formula. Okay, so quick ratio, you can see that is a liquid asset. What are the liquid asset is in the balance sheet? Debtors, receivable and the bank. The total is 1 lakh 20,000, 30,000, that is 1 lakh 50,000. Okay, the 1 lakh 50,000. Then in the liability side, the current liabilities. So what are the current liability? Creditors and bills payable. That is 80,000, 70,000. 80 plus 70, 1 lakh 50,000. Okay, so 1 is to 1. So the quick ratio is option number C. That is 1 is to 1. Clear it? Okay. Now, if the current ratio, the next question which is in your screen, that is the current ratio is 2.5. This is a 2.5. Okay, that is the current asset is the current ratio is equals to current asset divided by current liability, and this is 2.5. Okay, is given. Now the liquid ratio is a 1.5. So formula of the liquid ratio, that is a liquid asset divided by current liability. So the 1.5 is equals to liquid asset divided by current liability. So now you can see that is the current asset. The current asset and the working capital also given. So what is the formula of the working capital? Working capital is nothing but a current asset minus current liability. Clear? Now we are going to solve it all. That is, can I write the 2.5 CL is equals to current asset? Yes, ma'am, you can. So I can put this formula in this working capital. That is working capital is given is 90,000. Clear? In the current asset place, I can put the this formula, that is 2.5 CL minus CL, that is 1.5 CL. Okay, now that is a 90,000. Okay, so now the 90,000 divided by 1.5. So the CL, that is the current liability. Current liability is current liability is will be near about 60,000. Okay. Yes, the 60,000, that is current liability. Six, not near about, is 100%. It is a 60,000. Okay. Now the way we will get to the current liability. So if the current liability is this and that in that case, in the working capital, current asset minus current liability, working capital is 90,000. Okay, current asset minus current liability is 60,000. Okay, so this is minus is going to this side, so it will be plus 90 plus 60,000, and that current asset, so the current asset will be, that is 1,50,000. Okay, so I will get the current asset. Now what about here, you know that is the current liabilities. How much is current liability? How much is current liability is 60,000. So the 60,000 multiplied by 1.5 is equals to current asset. Okay, so the current as the liquid asset is, when we going to multiply this, so we'll get a 90,000 as a liquid asset. Okay, so we need to calculate the inventory. From the current asset we will discard the liquid asset, then we will get a inventory. Okay, inventory. So the current asset is 1,50,000, liability is liability is liquid is 90,000, so the inventory is 60,000. Okay, so the inventory is 60,000. So according to this question, option number A is a right answer. Okay, now the next, that is the current ratio. Again the current ratio is given, that is current asset divided by current liability. Liquid is given, liquid ratio is given, that is a liquid asset divided by current liability. Okay, the working capital is also given. Working capital is equals to current asset minus current liability. Okay, that is a 60,000 is given. Again we are going to solve it, that is a 2.5. So the current asset, in the place of the current asset, can we put 2.5 CL minus CL, that is a 60,000. Okay, and here you can 1.5 current liability, and yes, 60,000 divided by 1.5. So the 60,000 divided by 1.5, it will be, calculator, it will be 60,000 pointers here. Okay, so near about it will be 40,000. Okay, current liability is 40,000. Now the current liability, there is a 5 is hmm. Oh, okay. 40,000 is current liability, and after that we'll get a current liability. What is the current asset? Simply the working capital is given. Okay, so 40 plus, that is working capital, is equals to current asset minus current liability. So working capital is 60,000. Okay, and current asset we don't know, current liability we have, that is a 40,000. So that is a 1 lakh. That is option number C is the correct answer. Okay. So 60,000 plus 40,000 is equals to current asset. So option number C, 1 lakh is the current asset. Okay. Now the next, that is the stock turnover ratio, is the 8 time. Okay. Of average stock. Average stock 6,000, selling price 25% above the cost. So what is the amount of the gross profit? How do we going to calculate stock turnover ratio? You know that the formula of the stock turnover ratio, that is the stock turnover ratio is equals to cost of goods sold divided by average stock You can see average stock or the average inventory. Okay, so the stock turnover ratio is 8. Cost of goods sold, we don't know. Average stock is given 6,000. So we're going to multiply 8 multiplied by 6,000 is equals to cost of goods sold. Okay, now now, there is an 48,000 is a cost of goods sold, and this 48,000 is that is cost of goods sold, and above the cost, that means 48,000 multiplied by 25%. So the answer of that is 48,000 25% is the 12,000 when we solve it. So the option number D is right answer for this question. Now, uh, yes. So the next question which is in your screen, that is uh, really important, that is from the following particular determine the fund from the operation. So for the fund from the operation, first of all you have to know about the what is the fund from the operation. So the formula of the fund from the operation is fund from the operation, FFO, fund from the operation. So in this fund from the operation, we have added the net profit. Okay, then in this net profit we are going to add it non-operating and non cash expenses. Okay, then we will reduce the or less the non operating incomes. Okay, so we have to classify this it according to this, that is if we have a net profit. So let's take a look on the items which is given in your question, that is the salary, wages, expenses. So the salary, wages, expenses, this is a operating or the non-operating. No, salary, wages, and expenses. This will not be going to be included. Then the profit on sale of the sale of the profit on sale of the lot. So this is a non-operating income. This is a operating salary and wages. This is a operating expenses. Now it's a operating expenses. That's why we are not going to take it in the FIFO formula. Okay, the FIFO means FFO formula, that is fund from operation. Then the sales the profit on sale of the land, this is a kind of a non-operating income. So non-operating income we are going to less. Okay, then after that the loss on sale of building, so this is also an operating loss. So we are this loss we are going to net uh, to be added. Okay, then the net profit net loss as per the profit and loss account is an we are added the net profit, but there is a loss, so we are going to reduce this 3,200, that is a net loss. Okay, so depreciation where have we have to add it, then that because this is a non-operating expenses, amortization is also an expenses, so we are going to be added. Then the stationary expenses, this is a operating expenses. Okay, so the net loss is given net profit instead of the net profit, the net loss is given. So the minus 3,200 in the non-operating and the non-cash expenses. Okay, so here we add depreciation, that is the 16,000. Okay, plus 8,000 amortization, plus a 13,000. Okay, then we have to less the non-operating income, that is 25,000. Okay, that is a 25,000. So in this when we going to solve it, we will get 8,800. Okay, so the right answer will be option number B. Okay, I'm not solving all these, and we are not calculating these small things for you, because many of the question we are going to taking today. So I'm just giving the direction how do you calculate this kind of question. Okay, now the already we have already I have added the in the slide how do you going to be solved it. Just okay, next, that is accounting information given by the it's a given by the company, that is a turnover is 6 times, net profit margin is 10%. Already we have done this question, I think so. This is the first question. Just let in the next question. X Limited has a liquid ratio is 2 is to 1. If its stock is 40,000 and the current liability is 1 lakh, what will be the current ratio? So the current liquid ratio is given, that is a 2 is to 1. Liquid asset is nothing but a liquid ratio is nothing but a liquid asset divided by current liability. Okay, so the ratio is 2 is to 1, and if the stock is 40% and the current liability is 1 lakh, so the current liability is given, that is a 1 lakh. If the current liability is 1 lakh, what about the liquid asset? Liquid asset is 2 times, so that liquid asset will be 2 lakh. Okay, and if it is a 2 lakh, in the 2 lakh, when we add the stock, that is a 40,000, then we will get current asset. Okay, so the current asset is a 2 lakh 40,000. Clear it? This is a 2 lakh 40,000. So what is the current ratio formula? That is the current asset divided by current liability. So 2 lakh 40,000 is the current asset and the 1 lakh is the current liability. So answer will be 2 point. That is answer will be 2.4 times. That is option number B is right answer for this question. Now next, if the current ratio is 2, okay. We have already did this question. Is it repeating? Yes, this is a repetitive question. Next, now the next question, that is the computer labor cost variance. Computer labor cost variance. So uh, in this kind of question, the labor cost variance we have to calculate. What are the information is given for this question? Standard production, standard hours is given. Okay, hours is 500, and for this 500 they produce 100. So how much in the 1 hour they produce? Okay, so we need to calculate this week. What we do first, we need first we read the question. Wage rate per hour rupees 2 is given. Actual production 85 units is given. Actual time is taken for 50 hours, and the actual wages rate paid, that is rupees 2.10 per hour. Okay, now we have to calculate the labor cost variance. Okay, for this labor cost variance, what is the formula? First of all, the formula is standard hours of actual production. Okay, standard hours for actual production multiplied by standard rate. Okay, multiplied by standard rate. Then we have to minus the actual hours into actual rate. Actual hours into actual rate. Now, how do we calculate it? First of all, we have to calculate the standard, that is, we have to calculate the um, actual hours. How the actual hours, the standard hours. Okay, the standard production hours is given for the 500 100 units. So how do we calculate the standard time for one output? Okay, so first we need to calculate standard time for one output. Okay, standard time for the one output, that means 500 divided by 100. So the 5 hours will be the standard time. Okay, for this we just need to put the option, our numbers in the formula. That is the labor cost variance is equals to standard hour of a production is okay. We have 5 hours. Okay, now but we have to calculate, we are still in the we don't know about the standard hour for actual production. So for how much the actual production is 85. Okay, and for this 85 units we have spent 5 hours. So the 85 multiplied by 5, that is 425 units. Okay, 425 units. In this 425 units we multiply it with the wage rate per hour is rupees 2. Okay, then we will minus it, and the actual time we have spent, that is 450 hours, and multiplied by, that is actual wages for this, that is a 2.10. Okay, so when we solved it, that is a 425 multiplied by 2 is 850, minus 450 multiplied by 2.1, 2.10. Okay, so the 945, when we solved it, the difference is, you can see the difference is unfavorable. Okay, because this amount, the standard is less than actual, so this is an unfavorable. Okay, the amount difference is, that is a 95. Okay, the thing is, that is the answer is 95, but this is a unfavorable. Okay, adverse, it is A means adverse, and F means favorable. So the adverse on the rupees 95. Okay. Yes, the solution is given in your screen. Just you can see this. Now the next question which is in your screen: A and B are the party in the firm sharing profit and loss equally. Okay, during the financial 2015, A due 10,000 quarterly. Okay, at the beginning of the each quarter, if the interest is to be charged on the drawings 8 at the 8% per annum, calculate the amount of the interest to be charged at the end. So Mr. A drew 10,000 quarterly. So 10,000 quarterly means 10,000 multi quarterly means 4 times. So I will multiply it 4 times. Quarterly means 4 times. That is a 40,000. Okay, but now the interest will be charged, that is 7.5. How do we calculate the 7? We take a average. Okay, so we take a average, so it will be 7.5, that is 7.5 months. Okay, and how many months is a month? That is a 12 month. Then the 8% is given, 8%, that is divided by 100. So when we solved it, we will get the answer, that is 2000. Okay, so the 2000 will be right answer for this question. And you can see we have 8%, and we take as a 15th divided by 2, that is quarterly. Okay, either you can 1 by 2, so you can either you can write like this, or either you can calculate like this. Now the next question: the goodwill of the firm X and Y is used valued at 30,000. Okay. Uh, yes. Okay. Next. Goodwill of the firm of the X and Y is valued at 30,000. It is appear in the books 12. It is appear that is 12,000 is admitted for the 1/4 of the share. What amount he is supposed to be bring? Okay, what amount he is supposed to be bring? So in this, how do we going to be calculate the? You know that the value of the goodwill is 30,000. Yes, ma'am. The value of goodwill is 30,000, and he admitted for the 1/4. The what share he is admitted, that amount is also the share of the goodwill. So the 30, the 1/4 of the 30,000 is 7,500. Okay, when we solved it, 27 4s are 28 and 5s are, so the option number C is right answer. Now the next one, X and Y, sharing profit in the ratio of 7 is to 3. Okay, X is admitted for the 3 is to 7 shares in the, these questions are related to the partnership form. These are the questions are generally asked in the question paper. So we are just we have collect this kind of question from we have take the questions from this area, so it will help you for examination. Okay, now you can see that X and Y share the profit in the ratio of the 7 is to 3. That means the X ratio is a 7 by 10 and the Y ratio is 3 by 10. Yes, ma'am. Then the admitted X, the admit X for 3 by 7 share in the new form in which he take 2 by 7 from the X. Okay. 2 by 7 from the x, that means 2 minus 2 by 7 from the x, and the 1 by 7 from the y. So the 1 by 7 from the y. So we'll take we will calculate, that is when we solved it, when then we will get calculate the LCM. So we will get 90 29 in the numerator and this 70 in the denominator. When we'll take a LCM of this, so that is will be 11. Okay, 11 divided by 70. And what about the 3 by 70? So the Z ratio is 3 by 7. Okay, so we need 70 in the numerator, denominator. So the 30 by 70. So the right ratio will be 29 is to 11 is to 30. So option number D is the right answer for this question. Okay. Now the Ram and Shyam uh, are the partners in the firm with a capital of 4,80,000, okay, and the 3,10,000 respectively. They admitted Ganesh as a partner, 1/4 of the share of the profit. Ganesh bring 30,000 on his capital. Okay, how much? 30,000 in capital. The Ganesh shares of the goodwill will be. Here you can see the Ganesh bring 3 lakh rupees. Okay, 3 lakh rupees, and his share is for 1/4. Okay, we need to calculate the here you can see. So what will be the one for the 1/4 share? So what will be the firm's goodwill is? Firm's goodwill is, we will to calculate it, that is 12 lakh. How do I calculate it? 4 multiplied by 3 lakh. So it will be 4 lakh. But actually, the actually how much they have Ram have Ram's capital is 4,80,000. Yes, Sham's capital he bring, that is 3,10,000, and Ganesh bring 3 lakhs. So when we total it, it will be the 10. Okay, so 10,000 10 lakh, sorry, 10 lakh 90,000. So now the what is the difference between the firms and firms calculated and actual is, that is a 1 lakh 10,000 is a difference. So in this 1 lakh 10,000 we have to calculate the goodwill is 1/4. In this 1 lakh 10,000 the Ganesha's goodwill share is 1/4. So the 1 lakh 10,000 multiplied by 1/4. Okay, so that will be 2. Okay, 2, then 7s are then 5s are, okay, 500. That means 27,500 will be the right answer for this question. Okay, now A and B and C are the partners in the firms and sharing profit and loss of the ratio, that is 4:3:2. That means A, B and C. So A having a 4 divided by 9, then 3 divided by 9 having, and 2 divided by 9. Now, okay, so this in this kind, they agreed to take a into the partnership and give him 1/8 share. Okay, how much? 1/8 share. What will be this new profit sharing ratio? If they giving the 1/8 share of their profit sharing, the how much they remain? 1 minus 1/8, that is a 7/8. They remain. From that 7/8 they share in this ratio. So 4 by 9, that is 7 by 8, 8, then multiplied by 7 by 8, then multiplied by 7 by 8. Okay, so when we solved it, that is 28 divided by 72, again 21 divided by 72, 14 divided by 72, and there is 9 divided by 9. Okay, so there is 72 divided by 9. So right answer will be 28 is to 21 is to 14 is to 9. So right answer will be option number B, 28, 20, 28, 21, 14 and 9. Okay, now A and B are partner sharing profit in the ratio of 3 is to 2 is to 3 is to 2. Their book showing goodwill. Okay, their book showing the goodwill of 3,000 here. Yes, C is the admitted 1/4 of the share of the profit and bring the 10,000 as his capital, but he is not able to bring in cash. Okay, of profit for his share of the goodwill 3,000. How will you treat this? How will you treat this? So you know that is the profit sharing ratio A and B. Okay, is 3/5 and 2/5. Okay, their book showing goodwill is 3,000. The book showing goodwill is 3,000, and they admitted they admitted C for the 1/4 of the share of the profit, bring 10,000 as a capital. So for this, you know that there is 1/4. So the firm's goodwill will be 12,000. Okay, 12,000. Then if it is 12,000, then he bring 10,000 as his capital, but he is not able to bring in cash. Okay, be profit of his share of the goodwill 3,000. So how will you treat the 12,000 is goodwill is raised by the 12,000. So option number A is the right answer for this question. Okay, raised by the 12,000. Okay. No, actually, no. It will be nine because, but he is not able to bring in cash of the profit of his share goodwill 3,000. So firm's goodwill is 12,000. He is unable to bring in cash. That is a less 3,000. So the answer is 9,000. So the 9,000 is the right answer. So the option number A is not right. The option number D is the right answer. We just this is the important point. So the goodwill is raised by the 9,000. So option number D is the correct answer for this question. Okay. Now, uh, next, that is that will be yes, next question. A limited issue prospectus inviting the application 2,000 share. Yes. Okay. Now application were received 3,000. Okay, ma'am. Share and pro rata rate allotment was made on the application, that is 2,400 share. If A has been allotted 40 shares, how many share he must be applied for? So if the A person, let's look the question properly. A limited issue the prospectus invitation inviting the application 2,000. Okay, they're inviting for the 2,000. Clear? But they get application of 3,000 share. Okay, so they don't want to they just want to cover all the shareholder. Okay, so that's why they use a pro rata allotment. Okay, pro rata allotment basis. Okay, so in that case, the application is they accepted, they made application of 2,400. Clear? So this is 2,400 for 2,000 share. They have they had make a issue. Okay, they are make a issue. They want to issue 2,000 shares. Just look here. They want to issue, they issue 2,000 share, but they issue 2,400 share because they get a application. They get a more application. Okay, so that's in that case. Uh, in that case a has allotted 40 shares. Okay, 40 shares means um 40 shares means uh that is if we are calculating for the 4 shares, we are assuming that is 40 means we're just taking a 4 shares. Okay, so if here this 4 shares is given, so how much for this? So this 4 share, how much you will get. Okay, so 2400 multiplied by 4 divided by 2000, so it will be 48. Answer will be 48. Okay. 4 5s are, then yes, just give me a second. 4 divided by 2000. Okay, this hmm. ये तो okay, let's A Limited issue the prospectus. Yes, if the A has allotted 40 shares, how much share is we mean? For the 40 shares, yes, for the 40 shares, this is a 40. Okay, look. 400 multiplied by 40 divided by 2000, then you will get a 48. Okay, so for the 48 he will get a 40. If he allotted 40, so he has to apply for the 40. So the right answer will be 48. Okay. Now, the A X Limited purchases 70% of the share of the Y Limited at a price of rupees 1 lakh. Okay. The share, okay. X purchases 70% of the share of 70%. Okay. 70% of the share of the Y at a price of 1 lakh. Okay. Share capital of the Y was 70,000 and its accumulated profit amount is 90,000. What will be the amount of the minority interest in the consolidated? Minority is talking about the minority. You know that is a consolidated. That means uh, X limited company. Okay, X limited company purchase 70% of share of Y limited company. So Y limited companies is a is a subsidiary company. Okay, subsidiary company. So from this X limited purchase 70% of the share and the 30% of the share in the hands of minority. Okay, in the hands of minority. Okay, now uh now the share capital of the Y company limited is 70,000. Okay, and its accumulated profit is 90,000. So what is the total? Total is 1,60,000. Clear it. From this 1,60,000, the 70% is is purchased by the X limited company, and 30% is collected by the is sorry is remain for the minority. So the 30% of the 1,60,000, 30%. Okay. So if we calculate the 30%, that is 48,000. So the answer will be 48,000, but this is not given in the option. So the none of the above. This is a correct answer. Okay. Hmm. Okay. We have solved this question before, so we're not doing this now. The last question for the today's video, that is when the data's turnover ratio is 4, and what is the average collection period? So what is the average collection period? So the data average collection period formula is a 360 if the date is given, divided by the data turnover ratio. Okay, or if the ratio is given for the month, if they, because the options is given is for the month, in that case 12 divided by data turnover ratio. It's simple, that is 12 divided by 4, so the 3 months. Okay, the option will be option number C is the right answer. That is a 3 month. The section dash of the act enjoys No enterprises shall abuse. No enterprises shall abuse its dominant position, which is gives. That is the section 4 is the right answer for this question. Yes. Then the question number 35 is an example of the agreement. So what is an example of a not intended to enforce by the legal proceeding, intended to be enforced by the legal proceeding and oral agreement. So you know that there is a two thing agreement and a contract. Okay. Once the agreement is enforceable by the law, okay, there is enforceability by law, then it is an contract. So contract is a wider concept, agreement is a smaller concept as compared to the contract. So what is a agreement? Agreement not intended to enforceable by the law. Yes, this is true. Intended to be enforceable by the legal procedure. Yes, the legal procedure is involved in that, but not enforceable by the legal. Just a minute. Option number not intended to be enforceable by the legal procedure, intended to be enforceable by the legal proceedings. Yes, agreement it can be enforceable and it cannot be enforceable. So the both things is true, and the oral agreement is also done as the is also in effect. So the option number D is the correct answer for this question. Now moving toward the next question, that is question number 36. Two parties fix in attending colluding the lower the price. So two party fix in tender colluding the lower price. What is the kind of they are lowering to that? We have already give you an example of the A B C D. Okay, so D not A B C D. A is lower his cost. Okay, lower is cost and sale and lower is the cost or the lower the price, so that what happened, the C and D is and their supply in the market. So this kind of tactics is comes under the predatory pricing, and predatory pricing is comes under the anti competition. Okay, anti competition. Now yes, B is the correct answer over here. Now the option number 37, appeal to Supreme Court can be filled within, can be filled within give me a second, can be filled within. Okay. The option number A, that is 60 days. Option number B, 30 days. Option number C, 120 days. And the option number D, 180 days. The appeal to court, Supreme Court can file within. The option number A is correct. That is 60 days. Okay. So here is option number A is correct. Now the competition fund shall be created with option number A, all government grant received by the commission, the fees received under this act, interest accrue on the amount, and A and B. So what will be the right answer? The option number D is the right answer over here. That means the competition fund, that means CCI is a fund, shall be created from the all government grant received by the commission. Competition fund, that means competition act fund, it's a competition act fund, competition act 2002 fund. Okay, it's talking about a competition act fund, is it credited with the all government grant received by the commission. Okay, and the fees received under this act, the interest accrue on the amount A and B, all of the above. Okay, now the question number 30. Okay, now the question number 39, merge amalgamation of the prices shall be a combination if the parties to acquisition jointly have in India. Merge amalgamation of enterprises shall be combination if the party to acquisition jointly having in India. So a set is having the more than 2000 crore and the turnover is having the more than 30,000 crore. So the what will be the right answer? Option number A, option number B, or option number C, A and B, option number D, A or B. So for this question, you have to remember these both condition are or to each other, not and. These both condition are not happen. It's not necessary these both condition are happen in the same time. So here we are not use and for this question. We are also use or for this question. So option number D is correct answer over here. That is option number D. Now question number 40. In accordance with Competition Act 2002, following can be considered as a consumer. In accordance with Competition Act 2002, following can be considered as a consumer. Who is a consumer? Okay, so this question is talking about according to Competition Act, who is considered as a consumer? Option number A, person purchasing goods for the personal use. Option number B, person purchasing goods for the resale. Okay, for the personal use, for the resale, and person purchasing goods for any commercial purpose. So, and option number D, that is all of the above. So, option is here right is option number D, all of the above. Okay. So, who is the consumer who use the goods for personal use, who want to purchase to resell the goods, who purchase the goods for the any commercial purpose. Okay. The question number 41, which of the following as per the Competition Act 2002 refer to an agreement to sell goods on condition that price to be charged on resale. Okay, resale by purchase shall be for resale by purchase shall be practice stipulated by the seller unless it is clearly stated that price lower than those price may be charged. So the what exactly the question is about in this question, um is talking about an agreement to sell on the condition, there is a condition to sell the goods. The price is for the resale. Okay, price, what kind of price? For the resale, and there they want to lower the price. Okay, so in that case, if it is about the resale, there is an option that is exclusive distribution agreement. It comes under the exclusive distribution agreement. Option number B, exclusive supply agreement. It's kind of exclusive supply agreement. Or option number C, resale price management. Sorry, maintenance. Resale price maintenance. And option number D, tie-in agreement. So what will be the right answer for this question? Because it's talking about the resale price maintenance is the right option for this question. The option number C. Now the 42, that is CCI stand for you. Everyone is really is a baby question, that is a Competition Commission of India. Now, yes, option number B is the correct answer. Now, when was CCI established? Yes, when was CCI established? So this is an also a factual question. So you have to be remember that is 14th of October, 14th of October 2020, 2003. Okay, so A is the right option over here. Now the question number 44. That is a central economic goal of the competition policy. Option number A. This is an option number A, B, C, and D. This is wrongly done. Economic efficiency, preservation and promotion of the competitive processes. Option number C, economic growth and the development. Option number D, promotion of the free trade. So question number 44 is actually about the central economic goal of the competition policy. So what is the main central economic goal of the competition policy is there are the many things in the many objective, many goals of the competition policy to serve the consumer interest, to protect the consumer interest, to promote the competition, to prohibit the anti-competition. So in that every in every the question is about the what is the central objective, central goal of the competition, that is option number B, preservation, promotion of competitive process. This is the main and very important and central economic goal of the competition policy. Okay, so option number B is correct answer over here. Now, the option question number 45, that is central government appointed honorable justice, age is 61. Okay, 61 year, Mr. HCG as a chairperson of the CCI. Okay, CCI with an effect of the 1st of January 2005. Okay, so actually this question is for the appointment. Okay, is from the area of the appointment. Option number A, invalid appointment. Option number B, can be appointed for the term of 5 years and reappointed for the another terms of 5 years, but will have to step down between the second term. Option number C, that is can be appointed for the terms of 5 years, and option number D is that is can be appointed for the 5 year and reappointed for the another 5 years. So you know that there is a maximum limit of an appointment is a 65 years of the chairperson, or 5 years of tenure, whichever is earlier. So the option number option number C is right answer, can be appointed for the terms of 5 years. Okay, so option number C is the right answer over here. Now the question number 46 is a vertical agreement. Vertical agreement means the agreement which is from the top to bottom and bottom to top. Okay, this is top to bottom and bottom to top. So this is an vertical agreement. So bid rigging is the horizontal. Okay, then the refusal to deal is I will tell you. Then the price fixation is done with a horizontal, and market share is not. So what will be the right answer for this question? That is refusal to deal. Refusal to deal because it is having a vertical. Why it is a vertical agreement? Because you can see there is a agreement between the manufacturer or the retailer. Okay, if the retailer refuse to deal with the manufacturer, there is a possibility, and if the manufacturer do not want to supply the goods to the retailer, so this kind of top to bottom is happen. Okay, so this is refusal to deal, it's a vertical agreement. Okay, now, question number 47. The following shall not be presumed to have an appreciable adverse effect on the competition. Okay, shall not presume to be an adverse effect on the competition. Direct, option number A, directly, indirectly, result in bid rigging and collusion. Yes, this also of adverse effect on the competition. Option number B, directly or indirectly, determine the price and purchase and price sale price. This is also an adverse effect on competition. Option number C, limit or control production supply limitation. There's talking about limitation and control of the production, supply, market, technical development, investment, provision in services. This is also kind of the adverse effect on. This is also leads to an adverse effect on the competition. Yes, agreement by joint venture to increase the efficiency in distribution is not adversely effect on the competition. Actually, it's a positive, is enhance the competition. Okay, so option number D is the correct answer. That is option number D is correct answer. You can see over here. Question number 48, that is an agreement for monopoly is a void because the monopoly is kind of anti-competition. It's lead to anti-competition. So that's why the monopoly is from the starting it is a void agreement. You can see the option number B is correct answer over here. Now, the next question 49. The commission can make a reference to a statutory authority for opinion on a relevant issue. So, what kind of relevant issue the commission can make a reference to the statutory authority for the opinion? So option number A, may arise during the course of proceeding before it's either at the behest of the party to procedure or on its own motion. Option number B, may arise during the course of proceeding or before a behest of his own motion. cannot made during the course of proceeding before the competition commission, may arises a course of proceeding before or either at haste of the party of the processor. So option number A is correct answer for this question. May arise during the course of proceeding before its or either be haste of party to proceeding or on its own motion. Okay, so actually this the option is a combination of B plus D. Okay, so both the things must be happen in the case of the this question, the statutory authority opinion on the relevant issue. Okay, now the you can see the A is the correct answer over here. The following will be considered as a abuse of the dominant position. Yes, the directly or indirectly impose a unfair discriminatory prices. This is an abusement of dominant position. Yes, option number B. Limit restriction on the production goods and provision of the supply. This is also an abusement of domestic and okay, indulgence in the practices result in indulgence of marketing assets in a manner. So option number D is correct answer. These all are under the abuse of the dominant position. Now, the sequence of the following steps in the process of estimating the demand equation using the regression analysis. So the process of estimating demand, we have to estimate the demand in the market, and we are using the regression equation over here. So what the procedure we have to follow for this kind of question? So first you have to understand the how the demand what are the procedures of to calculate a demand with the use of regression equation. Okay, regression equation. So the procedure of, first of all, you have to decide your model. Okay, after deciding the model, collect the data. After collecting the data, you have to create a regression line, and after creating the regression line, you have to interpret then and calculate the result. And after, yes, you have to check the validity of that model. How many time, the duration of the validity of the model, and use that model for forecasting the future. And after that, you have to consider whether it is working or not. So this is the steps of the regression equation which is follow in the demand. Okay, now we have to just first thing, that is we have to move what we do, model specification, that is option number C. Then after that, what you do, you after that you collect the data, obtain the data, that means option number B. Okay, don't need to read everything in detail, just speak the points, whatever the main point which we have want. Okay, now after that, what we do, the equation, we create a equation. Okay, that means D. And after that, after creating the equation, estimate the slope, that means estimating, predicting the future. Yeah, we have seen that is a forecasting. Okay, so what we do, estimate the slope of the coefficient, that means you have to do, that means estimating. And after that, you evaluate your results, that means option number E. So according to this, CADBE, option number A is the right answer for this question. Clear it? So option number A is the right answer over here. Now, which of the following are the measure of the central tendency and the measure of the location? You know that the central tendency is divided or the calculated by the two way, by the mathematical way or by the positional. By the position, or you can say the location. So in the mathematical way, there is a mean, on the basis of mean, and the position there is a median. Okay, and there is a mode. Okay, so this is a central tendency of measure of the location. So the option is very clear in front of us. So the mean, mode, and the median, ma'am. Okay, so the option, the ACD, where is ACD? The option number 3 is the right answer. That is option number ACD is the right answer for this question. Then what about the range and the variance, ma'am? So range and the variance, these two things are related to the measures of the dispersion. And these measures of the dispersion is a range and variance is a absolute measures of the dispersion. Okay, so range and the variance is the absolute measure of the dispersion. Clear it? So the option number 3 is correct. Which one of the following statement is true? Let's go through with the statement. The first statement is given for a symmetrical distribution B1 is equals to 2. Is it 0? Okay. So what is about this symmetrical distribution? Here you can see that this is a symmetrical distribution. What happened in the symmetrical distribution? Here is ma'am A is equals to median and median is that means mean is equals to median and median is equals to the mode. So what happened? Here is a tangent line which is touched to the 0. So the data is divided in the, this is the negative side, this is the positive side. So the B1 is equals to 0. This is a none of about this is the B1. So the option number 1 is the right answer. It is a true. Now next move toward the option statement number 2. Kurtosis. What is kurtosis? Ma'am, kurtosis means kurtosis means lack of symmetric. No, lack of symmetric is it's where we see the lack of symmetric in the skewness, in the skewness. Okay, so what is kurtosis, ma'am? Kurtosis show the thickness and of the flatness of the distribution of the data. So kurtosis is the flatness and the thickness of the distribution of data, and the lack of symmetric is showing the skewness. So the option number the statement number 2 is incorrect and the option number 4 is also incorrect. Now what is about the option number statement number 3? Statement number 3 is B2 can be negative. No ma'am, B2 is comes over here. So the right side of the the distribution is always be positive. Okay, so how it is will be negative? So the B2 is always be positive, not a negative. Clear it? So according to this question, the option number 1 is our right answer. Here I will already give you in the graph, that is a skewness. Skewness is that means there where you see that there is no symmetric distribution. Okay, the data is either be toward the left side. When it is the left side, that is the positive skewed, and when the data is on the right side, then it will be negative skewed. What is about the kurtosis, ma'am? The kurtosis is the peakness. Here you can see there is a peakness in the data. So if the diagram is going to be very highly peaked distribution, so it is a leptokurtic. When the data is a normal, then it is a mesokurtic, and when the data is a flatter, so it is a platokurtic. Okay, so this is kind. So next question, which is in your screen. If two regression coefficient, that is a 0.8 and 0.1, which of the following is the rules of the coefficient of the correlation? Coefficient of the correlation, that means R, madam. Regression of the coefficient, that means this is either it is a bxy or the byx, ma'am. Okay, so what is the formula of the coefficient? That means R having the under root of bxy multiplied by byx, ma'am. Clear it? Now the under root of bxy, that means it either be 0.8 or multiplied by 9. So after solving this, we will get option number 4. That means 0.84 is the right answer for this question. Clear it? Now, next question. Here you can see the right answer. Next question. The coefficient of the correlation having the value of the positive 0.87. So this sign, what this sign is show? This sign show that is there is a relation is positive. So where we'll get a positive? Here we will find a positive. Here is a extremely weak. No, there is an positive. Yes, here we also get a positive. So the either the option number A, ma'am, or the option number 3, ma'am. Now let's understand the concept behind of that. There is a diagram is or the table is given. You can understand the things very well. The degree of correlation, it either be positive correlation or either be negative correlation, but how much when it is a positive, and when with how much degree they having the relation. So if the perfect correlation is happen when the data is, ma'am, 1 perfect, everything is perfect, that means 1. If it is positive, then it is plus. If it is negative, that then it is a minus. Okay, then when very high degree of correlation, so what happened? Then it is a 0.1 ma'am, 0.9 ma'am, and if it is positive, and if it is negative, then it is a minus 0.9. Fairly high degree of correlation when the data is between the 0.9 to 0.75. Okay, if it is positive, then positive sign you can see. If it is negative, the negative sign you will get. Okay, then in the case of moderate, the data is between the 0.25 5 to 0.27, and the low degree of correlation, the data will be on the between the 0 to 0.25, and there is a possibility there will be no correlation, there will be zero correlation. The answer will be 0. It is happened, in the correlation. So correlation is also having a zero correlation. This question is also asked in the many questions. So what about the question is about the having if the data is 0.8, so it is a strong correlation, and the sign is positive, so the positive correlation. So option number 1 is right answer for this question. Now the next question, which is in your screen, arrange the following steps involved in the research process to carry out orderly and the systematic research. So what we do for doing research? First of all, for research we have some problem, that's why we are doing the research. Yes, so ma'am, first of all, research the problem, researching for the problem, what is the problem we have. Okay, after that we hypothesizing that this problem is valid or not. Okay, so they formulating the hypothesis, that means C, then A. Okay, after that, after hypothesis testing, we are decided that which kind of research design we have to use in this hypothesis. Okay, so what we do, we decide our research design. Okay, so what we do, the option number, the statement number D. Okay, and after deciding that, we collect the data. Okay, we do not understand this, we do not designed, we do not collect the data without deciding the design of the research. Okay, we have to first we have to decide, or many of the students get confused in this, because first the things you have to do, that is prepare the research design, and on the basis of that you have to collect the data, and last thing, that is interpreting the report writing, that is E. So according to this, CADBE, the option number CADBE, the option number 2 is the right answer for this question. Clear it? Now again, ma'am, again you have to the matching. Why you are doing this? I'm doing this because of we cover the maximum concept to clear. Okay, so now the yes, list number 1 is given about the statistical identity, and the description is given where we use it. Okay, so let's understand the power of the test, standard of error, and p value, and the f test first. Okay, what is, first understand the power of the test. So what is the power of the test? Here is a power of test, that is here we need to create a chart. Why, ma'am? Because he is related to hypothesis, hypothesis when hypothesis is true, or when hypothesis, null hypothesis. Okay, null hypothesis is false, either we accept it, either we reject it. To Okay, so when the null hypothesis is true and when it accepted, it is a 1 minus alpha. 1 minus alpha. And if the hypothesis is true and we're rejecting, this is nothing but a type 1 error. What is it? Type 1 error. Okay, and if the hypothesis is false and we accept it, okay, so this is a type 2 error. What is it? It is a type 2 error. When the hypothesis is false and we reject it, is nothing but it is a 1 minus beta. So you have to understand the type 1 error is denoted by the alpha, and the type 2 error is denoted by the beta. Clear? So here what happened, this is when you're saying that anything is false and you strongly say that you have to reject it, or strongly say that this is a false, is a false. That means it is having a power. Very less people having a power, less people having a guts to say false is a false. Okay, so that is the power of test. Okay, you understand this? Let's more to it. That is the power of test is what the probability of test will load to reject the null hypothesis when it is a false. Matlab, that means here is a rejection. We reject when it is a false. That is having a power to reject. What is a false? That is a false. Whatever is right, that is a right. No, that what is a false? That is a false. So this is the power of test. So the power of test A is matched with the fourth point. Now let's move on to with the toward the next concept, that is a p value. So what is a p value, ma'am? P value is calculated on the basis of the significance level. Okay, p value, that means probability, is calculated on the basis of the significance of a level. What is significance level? Significance level is nothing but it is a type 1 error. It is a type 1 error. Okay, so here the p value is related to significance level. So here is p value. So what about the p value? P value means the maximum level of significance at which the null hypothesis would be accepted. That means we have a maximum level of significance to prove that null hypothesis is true. Okay, so this is nothing but the p value is having the level of significance. Clear it? Now what is about this standard error, ma'am? Standard error is a standard deviation of its sample distribution on the estimation. So in the simple word, you have to connect standard error, standard deviation. Why it is, ma'am? Because what is standard deviation? Standard deviation, that means this is a mean. So the data is how much is dispersed from the mean value, that is a standard deviation. And what is it? Whatever the difference they have, this difference is having a standard error. We have this error, that's why our data is a dispersed from the mean value. Okay, so standard error is related to the standard deviation. So the standard error is a standard deviation of the estimate from a sample. So standard error is related to standard deviation. So the B is having the option number 3. Okay, and after that, what is the F test? F test is what? The F test, any statistical test used to compare the variance. Variance means standard deviation square. Okay, of the two sample of the or the ratio of the variance, either to compare, either to take a ratio of the multiple samples. Okay, so this is the F test. So F test is to calculate the regression equation. Okay, in the regression equation we calculate the regression equation, and after that we plot the value of the x and y. I think you have to understand. If you have seen my the theory lectures, so you can understand this. So after that, the regression equation is created, line is created, so that we draw the equation line. So many of the samples we will take over here. So that is why the F test is a test of the level of the significance of the regression equation. So for the D is a 2 is a right option. So yeah, here you can see A is a 4, B is a 3, C is a 1, and the D is a 2. So the option number 2 is the right answer for this question. Okay. Okay, the question number 19 is quite different from the deductions question. So the question number 19 is interest-free loan to an employee where the amount of the loan does not exceed any one of the following shall be treated as a tax-free requisite in all cases under section 17 subsection 2. Interest-free loan to an employee. If an employee get an he want to take a loan, but he want to take but interest free, interest free loan, then he does not exceed any one of the following. That means if the employee is taking some amount of loan, some limited amount of loan, then he is not liable to give the interest so he will get an interest free loan on that amount. So how much how much amount he will get, how much of a loan he will get to get a interest free loan? So here is the correct answer is option number A, that is 20,000. So if the employee take a 20,000 amount of loan as a principal amount loan, he will get an interest free loan. Okay, he is not liable to pay any interest. Okay, so the amount is 20,000. Okay, here is the answer, that is 20,000. So the next question is Rahul is provided the furniture to the value of 70,000 along with the house from February 2023. The actual hire charges paid by the employer for the hire of furniture is 5,000 per annum. The value of the furniture to be included along with the value of the unfurnished house for assessment year 2024 and 25. So how much amount he will get? So here you said there is some rules you need to follow. In according to this question is related to rent free accommodation. Okay, rent free accommodation, and here there are the conditions over here. So first condition is whatever the actual rent paid by employee. So how much amount he is paid? The amount is paid for the furniture is here, see, the paid by his employer, that is 5,000 per annum. So here is the actual amount, how much amount is paid, that is 5,000 per annum. Okay, and the second condition, or you need to fulfill the three conditions, and whichever is lower. So first condition is actual rent is paid, and the second condition is 15% of salary. Here you can see in this question there is no detailed explanation or no information is given, that is how much salary Rahul is get. Okay, so in this case there is no amount. Okay, we don't know about the salary of the Rahul, so we are unable to calculate the 15% of the salary. Okay, and the third condition is condition about about the population. Okay, population. If the population of the area, if the population of this town, if the population of the city is up to 10 lakh, then 7.5% of the salary. Okay, if the population is at 10 lakh to 25 lakh, so 10% of the salary, and if the population is more than 25 lakh, okay, 25 lakh, then it is a 15% of the salary. So in this particular question, we do not have the enough information, okay, about the population, about the salary. So again I'm going to read this question again. Rahul is provided the furniture to the value of 70,000 along with the house from the February 2023. Actual hire charges paid by the employer for the hire of the furniture is 5,000 per annum. Okay, the value of the furniture is to be included with the value of the unfurnished house for the assessment year 2024-25 is. So here you can see the many of the time their question, they are just intentionally put like this kind of question. So we don't get confused, just remember these rules. Okay, just remember this, whatever the information is given, we will doing according to that question. Okay, So in this question, the actual rent paid by the employer is 5,000 per annum. We don't know about the salary, so we don't know, and we don't know about the population, so we are unable to calculate it. So according to this question, whichever is lower, whichever we will get, that is a 5,000. So okay, whichever is lower. Okay, but according to this question, we will have only the information of the 5,000, the actual rent paid by the employer. So here is the 5,000, that is option number D is our correct answer. Okay, so the next question, here is the right answer is given. Okay, then here is, you can see, I'll give you the summary of that of the solution. Okay, here is talking about where the accommodation is provided by the government to an employee. If the government provide you, the license fee determined by the government, whatever the license fee is provided by the government, so here we add that amount and less the actual rent paid by the employer, whatever the amount paid by the employer. So I would in this case 5,000. Okay, but we don't know about the government of the license fees in this particular question, but this is a general. If the another questions is comes to your, will come in, if we come in your examination, you have to know about this format. Okay, so another one, that is if the accommodation is owned by the employer, if it's owned by the employer, in that case, if the population of the city having the 25, more than the 25 lakh, okay, so in that case 15% of the salary in respect of the period of the accommodation minus rent recovered from the employee, whatever the rent recovered from the employee. Okay, this amount we will write over here. Then if in case of the more than 10 lakh but less than 25 lakh, in that case 10% of the salary and minus rent recovered from the employee, whatever the rent is recovered from the employee. Okay, then in the third case, in the other city, okay, where is the population is less than 10 lakh, okay, is less than 10 lakh. Okay, so in this case, the 7.5% of the salary in respect of the period of the accommodation and rent recovered from the employee. Okay, then our condition number 3, if the accommodation is taken on the lease by the employer, if the employee is also in lease, okay, he is not own property, is not own accommodation, so in that case lower of the lease of rental paid or payable for the employees, or the 15% of the salary, okay, less actually rent paid by the employee. So here is a format, you can go through with it, and you can save this, you can take a screenshot of that. Okay, so let's move ahead with another question. This is the last question of our lecture, that is the question number 21. Okay, Sham stay in Bangalore. Okay, he stay in Bangalore, that is in metro city. Okay, he is living in metro city. Then his basic salary is 10,000 per annum. Yes, his basic salary 10,000 per annum. DA 60% of which from the part of pay is 6,000 per month. Okay, per month. Okay, it's 10,000, that is per month. Then HRA is 5,000 per month, and he is entitled to commission 1% of the turnover achieved by him, whatever the turnover he achieved. So how much the turnover? That is at 12 lakh. Okay, here is, you can see, Sham pay a rent of 5,500 per month. Okay, then the turnover achieved by his employer, the current year is 12 lakh. The amount of the HRA exempted under section 10 clause 13A. So here is where here is the question of the exemption. Okay, you can see. So how do we calculate this? So first of all, there is a conditions. Let's go through with that condition. That is HRA HRA. Many of the time we will get a rent free accommodation, we will get confused in exemption and deductions. Okay, so that's why I take the two questions simultaneously, because in case these questions come, so you don't get confused. Okay, that's why these two questions are taking simultaneously. So here is HRA, and this comes under the section that is 10 clause 313A. Okay, so here is also a three condition we need to fulfill. The first one, actual HRA, okay, or second condition, whatever the rent paid minus 10% of the salary, okay, or third one, that is 50% of salary. Why I said 50%? In case, because he is living in the metro city, that's why 50%. If he is in if he is living in the other than metro city, then we will take a 40% of the salary. Okay, 40% of the salary in case of non metro city. Okay, but Mr. Sham is staying in Bangalore, so he is eligible for the 50% of the salary. So how will we get the calculate actual HRA? What is the amount of the HRA? Here you can see that HRA is 5,000 per annum. So here that is 5,000 per annum. So 5,000 multiplied by 12. So what is the amount? That is the 60,000. Okay, got it? Then rent paid. How much rent he has paid? He paid 5,500. See here, the Sham paid a rent of 5,500 per month. So here, what amount is paid? Rent paid 5,500 multiplied by 12. Okay, minus 12% minus 10% of salary. How much salary he is getting? How much salary he is getting? This Bangalore, his basic salary is 10,000 per month. So we will calculate over here. One second. We will calculate over here. That is 10,000. Okay, per month is 12. So 12 lakh. 12 lakh. Okay, so 12 lakh. Then 60% form the part of the payment. Okay, how do we calculate the salary? Salary is equals to basic salary plus DA plus commission. Okay, so how much amount? There is a 12 lakh. Then 12 lakh again 6,000 per month as a DA. So 6,000 multiplied by 12. Okay, so how much? 6,000 multiplied by 12, that is 7,000, 72,000, and commission 1%. Okay, so 12 lakh multiplied by 1%. Okay, 12,000. So it is 12,000. Okay, so in this we'll total this okay, so here is we will get a total of this. So here is rent paid 5,500 multiplied by 12. Okay, and that is 66,000. then minus 10% of the salary, and salary will get a salary of 17 lakh 52,000. Okay, 17 lakh 52,000. When we get total this, so 2,000. Okay, so here is 10% of that. So how much? 66,000 minus 17,520. So here is 48,000. We will get 48,480 amount. Okay, in the second condition. Okay, then 50% of the salary. So salary is we calculated, that is 1,57,200. Okay, 200. Okay, multiplied by, is it 1200? Here is a 1200. Okay, so we'll get 17 lakh 5,200. Okay. Okay, then 50% of this, that is 1,75,200 multiplied by 50%. So here we will get, that is amount is 87,600. Okay, so 87,000, whichever is lower. So in the second condition we will get a lower amount. Okay, so 48,480 is the deduction exemption you will get, that is option number C is our correct answer. Okay, so option number C is our correct answer. Okay, there is some correction where, okay, how do we calculate salary? Okay, I will tell you how do we calculate salary. That is a basic plus DA plus commission. Okay, commission. Okay, so basic is 10,000. Okay, 10,000 per month, plus DA. So how do we calculate? That is R, here you see, that is 6,000 per month. So 6,000 how much? That is 60%. Okay, 6,000 60%. Okay, then commission 1%. So 1% per percent means that is a 12 lakhs 1%. Okay, we will calculate the 1% of the 12 lakh. Okay, so here is how much will get, that is this is 10,000. Okay, plus 3,000, the 60,000, 60% of the 60,000, that is 3,600. Okay, so here is 3,600. 6,000 60% of the 6,000, that is 3,600 plus 1% of this. Okay, no, here is talking about the 12 lakh of the turnover. So here we will not take 2 lakh, here we will take 1 lakh. Okay, so because in other, that is the basic is about the per month, and the DA is also for the per month. So commission is, we also calculate the commission for the per month. Okay, so 12 lakh divided by 12, we will get, that is 1 lakh. So 1 lakh per month. Okay, then in 1 lakh per month we will calculate 1%. So here is 1,000, we will get 1,000. Then we will get added this, so we will get 14,600, and after that we will multiply with 12. Okay, then 14,600 multiplied by 12 is, that is 1,75,200. Okay, yes, so the salary is 1,75,200. Okay, Now I hope so you will understand from where we calculate the salary. There was a confusion is in this you will I know that you are get confused in this but now I have cleared this how do we calculate it. Okay, so thank you so much, and after that we will continue with our MCQs questions, so we will get all the concept clear. I will try my best. Okay, so have a good day.